Deep in the bowels of hell, a demon dwells that is so evil and so powerful that very few dare to cross him. A demon so vicious and deadly that the blood of his victims stain every part of his body. A demon so frightening, some dare to question if he even exists at all. It's said that he has the power to dominate each of the 9 circles of hell, a power that, if left unchecked, could tear the very fabric of the void itself, and he'd happily do it with a skip in his step and a smile on his face. A wide, toothy, yellow grin. They call him the Radio Demon. Overlords are kind of like the celebrities / politicians / urban legends of hell. Very few know them directly, they're the main dictators of what goes on in their territory, and yet the stories about them can be just a little bit beyond belief. Everyone wants to be an overlord. Everyone. Just like mortals in the human world, everyone has dreamed of being rich, everyone has wanted to be famous, and many have aspired to become the leader of a country. But just because it's something that you want, doesn't necessarily mean you're always going to get it. Many have spent their entire lives buying lotto tickets and hitting up the casinos and have never won. Many have tried breaking through the entertainment industry and have failed, and many have ran for a position of power and have lost. Likewise, many desire to become an overlord in hell and will spend all of eternity never getting anywhere. Try as they might, some just do not possess the strength or skills to achieve that high of a status. I am just one such individual who hasn't reached such an official rank. I'm not going to be able to tell you how to become an overlord through personal experience, but I can offer some pointers based on what I've observed from hanging around Alistair and Vox a bit. Step number 1. Figure out what you're going to be the overlord of. Every overlord dominates some kind of medium. Alistair is radio, Vox is television, Valentino is adult film, and I'm convinced Velvet is social media. I mean, you've seen her Instagram. You can't tell me otherwise. Figure out which medium you'd like to dominate before you do anything else. The only rule is that it can't be one that another overlord already rules, otherwise you're going to have to fight for it. I wonder what I would be the overlord of.
Coffee and energy drinks.
Yeah! Step number 2. Hone your abilities. Remember, this is a title that you're going to have to fight tooth and nail for. It's important that you don't run into things blindly. You need to not only have the strength to gain the title and rank, but also defend it from those who might try to take it from you later on down the road, because it will happen. You can do this by taking down less powerful demons to start off with, and gradually work your way up to more powerful demons that may try to get in your way. Step number 3. Start climbing. Start taking down the other demons that are standing between you and this title. Get bloody. Get gruesome. Get downright brutal. This is where the urban legends behind some overlords start to take shape. That little story I spun about Alistair earlier? Yeah, that's a pretty common story that people use to describe his ferocious nature. If you make it far enough, people will start telling similar stories about you. Just don't be a Karen about it, all like, that's not how it happened. Just let the legends write themselves. It's not a big deal. Step number 4. Know when it's time to stop. Let me tell you something. Alistair, Vox, Velvet, Valentino, all of the big names down here in hell have their limits. They are fully aware of these limits and know that pushing them could mean certain double death. They may be able to expand their wealth and influence, but power always has its limits. It's important that you know your own limits and stay in your lane, because if you try pushing things too far, all of your power and influence gets tossed straight into the void. Of course, if you're just defending your title, by all means, fight until the bitter end. No one's gonna knock you for that. But if you're just looking to climb one ring higher and get as far as you can, even if it kills you, use a little bit of common sense and know when it's time to stop. Be satisfied with what you've managed to earn and focus on keeping it. Step number 5 is optional, but it'll really help you if you get yourself in a bind. Form a few alliances. You know why Vox, Velvet, and Valentino are frequently seen together? Well, it's because they've got each other's backs. They're quite powerful on their own, believe you me, but together, they are a force to be reckoned with. Messing with one could invoke the wrath of the others. That kind of security is hard to come by, so if you're able to form an alliance with another Overlord, go for it. If not, well then, I wish you the best of luck in your endeavors. This is all I really know for the most part. If you want any more information, you'll have to seek out someone else that's actually an Overlord. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to mix Death Wish and Red Bull with 48-hour energy and see what happens to my essence.